Welcome to the Friday Night Sports Show. I'm Cody Feldman here with
Jonathan Gold.
Today we have a very special guest, the first ever member of the two-timer club here on the Friday Night Sports Show, member of the basketball team, Kenny Daly. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So the first thing that we want to address here, you lost a couple key players from last season. Seniors Trevor Malfitano and Jake Siciliano, both rotation players. Obviously Trevor making all-county, Jake making all-conference. And then you also lost John Spinoza, who transferred out to a prep school in Connecticut. My first question is, who do you feel like on the team could really step in and replace them, and how do you think that could happen?
Well, I mean, to replace them, we're going to need more than one guy. I mean, Trevor averaged 23 points, was County Player of the Year. John was a great passer. Jake was really strong, just a great guy to have on the court. So, I mean, no one guy can really step up and replace any of those guys. It's just going to be a collective effort of the 6 returning guys and a few guys who are stepping up from JV and a few new guys who are on the team to really come together, play together, and replace them.
Now, the season opener, it's a home opener as well. You guys are taking on Floral Park at 7 o'clock p.m. Monday, December 2nd. What's the team's mindset going into it, as you guys haven't played Floral Park last year?
I mean, we just got to be ready for anything. We've never really got a chance to look at the team. We haven't played them in the offseason at all. So we just got to be ready for whatever style they play. All week in practice, we've been working on different looks, different timings of our offense, different plays. So we just got to come out there and be focused and be ready for any adversity we might face.
Knowing that you might be coming in and taking an extended role compared to last year, what does the offseason preparation look like for this season?
I mean, in the offseason, I really got to focus on just trying to really perfect my craft, get my shot down, focus on the little things that'll matter in the games, focus on being strong in the paint. Last year, my biggest problem was really confidence, though, so I just got to make sure I can keep my head this year.
And I want to point out another key game that's early on in the season. On December 6th, you guys are taking on Chaminade. You guys played them last year and fell to them. How do you think you guys are going to have to change your roles, knowing, as Cody did mention, that you guys lost a couple key players from last year?
Well, we're really just going to have to all step up and all be ready to play a very fast game. Chaminade is a big court. They play a very fast-paced offense, and they're very aggressive on defense, so we have to be ready for that and go over how to run a transition. Transition defense is going to be huge in that game. And then we also, on offense, last year, I think we turned the ball over 25 times plus against them, so we really got to make sure we take care of the ball and make smart passes.
Do you have any other games on your calendar that you have circled, some game that you're really looking forward to?
2 big games during the meat of the season. Probably Farmingdale, we play them Saturday at home. That's going to be a good game. Last year, we lost them once, beat them once, so this year we got to come out and be ready to play them because that's a league game. And then Great Neck South is another one. We played them in the off-season. They happened to beat us, but we were missing a few of our key guys, and they just love to talk, so that's definitely a game that we're all going to take personally.
One team that isn't on the schedule that I know last year it was a big game. You guys beat them. You guys swept them in the season series, but then fell to them in the county championship. Is Baldwin? They changed conferences. How does that feel, knowing that you're not going to be able to play one of your top rivals this year?
Well, it definitely opens the door for us to win the county chip. Increase our chances, but it won't feel as good knowing we're not going to beat Baldwin. They beat us the last 2 years in the county chip, and then last year especially was just so heartbreaking. So we really wanted to see them this year, but we're just going to have to beat who's ever in our way.
You mentioned going down the county chip the past 2 years. Is that the team goal? Does the team have a different goal they're looking towards, or you're really taking it one game at a time in the start of the season? Well,
the whole goal for the year is obviously to make it deep in the playoffs and win as far as we can. But right now we're just going to focus on one game at a time, focus on Monday. We have 3 games next week, so that's really what we're keyed in on right now. And, we're a very experienced team, so we know if we keep looking at the future, it's going to put more pressure on us now and hurt our chances.
Here on the show, I don't think this was a thing when you came on the first time, but we've been sending it over to the DJ booth. Last season was Hudson Menzel, but now we got our friend Ryan Baxter. Let's see what type of question he's got for you, Kenny.
All right, what's up, Kenny? Depending on the time that this show is released, I'm assuming it's going to be on Friday, so Thanksgiving has just passed, and immediately we're getting into the holiday season. So what are some of your favorite ways that you're going to celebrate this season?
I love just spending time with my family, but the big thing is going to be OG Fortnite's coming back on December 6th. So
Love that.
me and the guys from the team are definitely going to be getting on Xbox and playing that.
Which console?
Xbox.
Good,
Xbox for
good
sure.
choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Where are you dropping, if I may ask?
Gotta go Pleasant Park.
Pleasant Park. What do you think, John?
I like that take. One thing I do want to point out is it is coming out on the 6th, and that's also the same day you guys play Chaminade. Do you think that's going to play a role in post-game activities? You're going to go right when you get off the team bus, just straight to the console?
I think that definitely could be something we do. We got to focus on the game, and then after, especially if we win, unwind and just have a good time on Fortnite. Play the OG season for the first time in a year.
It's barbecue chicken from there.
Yes, sir.
Taking it back to Encore, want to talk about you personally a little bit. Do you have any personal goals that you want to see? Any stats that you want to see?
Nothing too definitive, just because, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, get in my head too much. But I definitely want to see myself taking a lot more threes this year. I think the team's going to need that, especially because we have a pretty big lineup, so we're going to need spacing. So that's definitely one of the main goals I have, is just get a lot of threes up and be the shooter for our team that they can rely on.
Now, in all sports, what happens is when a lot of seniors leave, there's a plethora of new players coming in. Who's that one new player that you think that the Port Vikings fans should be looking out to on the court during the games?
Billy Edelstein has really impressed me in practice these last few days. He's always been a very smart player, but recently he's been really taking care of the ball well and passing really well. And on defense, he's an undersized guy, but he's just been using his hands really well and getting in everyone's way. And really, he just hasn't been a liability on any end of the court. He's been knocking down shots and has been a great contributor in practice so far.
We saw last season, once we got into the season, home games were extremely loud environments. The whole gym is rocking. And then we get to the playoffs and everyone shows up to Farmingdale State College. How do you think that crowd played a role? Do you think they can play another role, a bigger role even this season?
Definitely. Last year was great, but even like this year, a lot of seniors are gone, but we've had new guys step up for the Schreiber troops, and I've had a few people come up to me in the hallways in the class and tell me that they're going to come to the games and they're going to be ready to get loud. And it definitely plays in fact. It gives us energy. When we go on runs, the other team really starts feeling it when honestly the court starts shaking and your ears start ringing when it gets really loud and some big plays happen. So,
sticking with that game day atmosphere, when you're going through warm-ups, what's that one song that you really want to hear just to really get you in the vibe?
I like "Till I Collapse" by Eminem. I've listened to it ever since I was like in 7th grade working out or anything, and it really just gets me locked in for the games.
One last thing I do want to ask you. With Coach Julie returning, how do you think that the system is kind of changing when we have 3 great bigs this year? We got Vanderputten, Shanahan, and Isaiah. Whereas last year, John Siciliano and Trevor were all kind of playing on the wing. So how do you think that the team's play style could change?
Well, we don't really have positions on the team. So whether it's Jake, John, or Isaiah and Vander, anyone could play inside or out. And I have full faith in Vander, Ryan, and Isaiah to play outside on the wings too. But I think the big change in our offense this year is it's going to be a lot more spread out. Last year, we relied really heavily on Trevor to score. He averaged 23 points a game or something like that. And this year, I think that'll be like 4 or 5 guys averaging 10-plus points a game, which will really help us. And I think it won't, like in the county championship last year, we kind of lost because they found a way to take away Trevor, and the rest of us didn't really know how to play off that. So I think this year, if they take away 1 or 2 guys, there's 3 other guys on the court who can step up and just take a bigger role.
Well, Kenny, we're really excited to see what the team can do. Really excited to see what you could do. We know that the fans will be in the stands. It's going to be packed. The gym's going to be rocking. From Ryan Baxter in the DJ booth, Josh Engel down there, Jonathan Gold, Cody Feldman, thank you for watching the Friday Night Sports Show. Have a great night.